founder of Drip Golf and the Drip Golf Series. We are ecstatic to be working with the College Golf Network and to bring you live to Forest Creek Golf Course in Pinehurst, North Carolina for the Drip Golf Series Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Experience. We have players from 3 countries, 11 states, all converge down to Pinehurst to play one of the true gems, Forest Creek. Earlier in the week, Grant and his friends played an exhibition over at the Cradle, where over 2,000 people got to watch the Bryan brothers, Grant Horvat, Micah, Bustajax, compete on the Cradle in a 2v2 competition. It will be posted later on YouTube. Look us up for further tournaments at dripgolfseries.com, and please enjoy the coverage on the College Golf Network.
We welcome you to beautiful Pinehurst, North Carolina for the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open presented by the Drip Golf Series here at the Forest Creek North Golf Course. A beautiful Tom Fazio design that's not even 20 years old as we welcome you in today to watch some of the top junior golf across the country. How about 3 different countries, 11 different states represented today at this event? We'll take you right in with some of our group leaders. Let's start with the boys 9-11 that finished up this morning. Noah Hollinger firing rounds of 69-67 on this par 72 layout to finish 8 under, was crowned the champion earlier today. A tight race in the 9-11 group as we take a look at the boys 15-18. Tee time starting right now. And the final group with Trevor Preuss at 4 under will tee off later on as well. He's got a 1-shot lead. And then 5 other players in a logjam at 3 under par right now. Some really big implications in the tour standings taking place in that 15-18 group. Let's move to the 12 to 14 age group where Nate Horn is 10 under through 12 holes of play so far today and a 4-shot lead over Ryan Baker. They're in that final group of the boys 12-14 together that you'll see coming up here a little bit later in the broadcast. Okay, folks, we go back to round 1 yesterday. Some rain came through. You had some older age brackets that had to come back and finish their rounds earlier this morning that only got about 11 to 12 holes in. And it's a hot one again today as we take a look at the weather forecast. 91 degrees with a heat index of 101 here in Pinehurst, North Carolina right now. It's been partly cloudy in and out, and that humidity certainly going to be a factor as this afternoon goes on. We'll take you through the format today. Obviously, stroke play, we're going to have our featured hole on hole 15 to start you out with. And then when we get to the final group of the boys 12 to 14, we will take you through shot for shot with that final group with Horn, as we showed you at 10 under right now on the day. As we welcome you into College Golf Network, we're glad you're tuned in from wherever you may be. I'm Kendall Lewis. I'll be with you all afternoon long, shot for shot. And we will take you to live action here on hole 15. And our first group of the day, this is the 10:58 tee time. Alex Brook, Charlie Lewis, and Kip Madison as we join 15 fairway here with Alex Brook, who striped it dead center of the fairway. Hole 15, the signature hole out here at Forest Creek Golf Course. Just an absolute beautiful layout with the final 4 holes wrapping around a large lake. We mentioned a Tom Fazio design. You see Brook +9 for the tournament. So he gets set for his second shot. And that one heading straight at the bunker. Short and right of this green, this 2-tiered green with a bit of a false front. And you get a look at Alex Brook up close, traveling from Maryland. We've mentioned we've got 11 different states represented. This group in particular, Maryland, Georgia, and North Carolina, all 3 represented. Again, they're in threesomes today for this final round. Once again, I'm Kendall Lewis. Glad to have you with us on College Golf Network from wherever you may be today and the rest of our crew. Here's Kip Madison, who's 3 over for the tournament with 137 in for his second shot. And that one's going to find the green. Great shot from Madison there as he sticks it to about 12 feet on this par 4. Madison's played well all week long. Here's a look at this 15th hole. We mentioned this is a bit of the signature hole. Got those rigid bunkers down the left side. Really can't miss there. You get a look at this par 4. It's the number 8 handicap. We mentioned just a scenic view on these final 4 holes. A Tom Fazio design that opened back in 2005. Again, this is the North Course here at Forest Creek Golf Club. One of the more exclusive private clubs in the Sand Hills area of North Carolina. And we're glad to be here in beautiful Pinehurst, North Carolina, just 3.5 weeks removed from the U.S. Open, coming right through here, then the North and South Amateur, and now some high-level junior golf that we're glad to present to you today on College Golf Network. There's a look at Charlie Lewis, rising 8th grader from Raleigh, North Carolina, not having to make too far of a trip to Forest Creek this week. We mentioned Alex Brook found the bunker on his second shot. If you're just joining us, Kip Madison stuck it to about 12 feet. He's got to look at birdie. That pin front right today. As we go to Brook in the bunker. Beautiful bunker shot there from Alex Brook. And a chance to save par on this par 4 15th. So here's Kip Madison for birdie. Great speed. Does it have enough? Just trickles off. And he'll tap that in for par. So Kip Madison, who is even par for the tournament, for the day, taps it in and stays that way through 15 holes. We mentioned it's a hot one. Heat index of over 100 in Pinehurst, North Carolina today. Low to mid 90s. As Brook will try and save par here at the 15th. Excellent roll, just lips out on Brook. And now Charlie Lewis to try and clean it up. They'll head to the par 3 16th. Again, this is our boys 12 to 14 age bracket. And we'll take you back to the fairway here on 15, our featured hole today, with Charlie Heinzelman, Patrick Myers, and Nicholas Rodriguez. Nick Rodriguez traveling all the way from Miami, Florida. Get a look at Charlie Heinzelman right there, making the trip from Greensboro, North Carolina today. He's just 13 years old. He's a rising 8th grader. Heinzelman just made par at the par 3 14th. +4 so far today. We mentioned we go back to yesterday's rounds. He fired a 74 on this course. This Forest Creek North golf course playing 59.72 for our boys 12 to 14 age group. Once again, we're glad to have you with us on the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open presented by the Drip Golf Series. What Jeff Daner, the founder, has done for junior golf has been incredible. We'll get to that as we go along in the broadcast. So solid tee shot for Charlie Heinzelman, who's got 160 left in on this par 4 15th. Heinzelman ranked 25th right now in the latest tour standings. He jumped a couple of spots as part of the Mid-Pines Drip Golf Series event a week ago. And that one's going to come up just short on Heinzelman, front left. Not a bad miss on this par 4 15th. Oh, Nick Rodriguez, who found the center of the fairway on this par 4 15th. With just 122 yards left in on his second shot. A little bit of a shaky start for Rodriguez to the backside. He bogeyed 11, then took a double at 12. Back-to-back pars on 13 and 14. A good shot for Rodriguez as he finds a piece of the green right there nestled up against the fringe. And a good look at birdie to get a shot back as he comes down the stretch of this Tom Fazio design. Now here's Patrick Myers, an absolute bomb off the tee and flip wedge left in. Just 83 yards into this pin that's tucked front right. Stares it down, and it's going to find the front edge of the green. Solid shot from 83 yards in for Patrick Myers, who will have a look at birdie on the 15th. Let's cut back to that 12 to 14 age bracket, the leaderboard. Nate Horn, who you'll see coming up to 15 here a little bit later, 10 under par. Just an incredible showing. Fired a 65, 7 under on this par 72 yesterday. He got off to a hot start on the front nine earlier today. Ryan Baker, who was 5 under, just made birdie to push to 6 under, is still nipping at the heels. And then Jackson Phipps at 3 under as well through 10 holes today in a Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open. Patrick Myers, who we just showed you, hit that wedge shot from 83 yards. Right now is tied for 10th with a look at birdie and a chance to get back to 2 over for the tournament. And we go back to Heinzelman, who's just off the green. Got to land it just on top of that ridge, and now he's going to let it release out. He'll leave that one short. A little bit of real estate left to try and save par. There is some thunderstorms in the forecast for later on. That was one of the concerns getting this tournament in. We mentioned the older age brackets teeing off this afternoon. Here's Nick Rodriguez. Excellent speed. Just lips out on Rodriguez. He'll tap that one in for par. Patrick Myers, who split the center of the fairway off his tee shot, had 83 yards in with a look at birdie, currently tied for 10th. And he does it. Just drains it from about 15 feet to get back to 2 over for the tournament. And +1 today. Heinzelman to save par. And it just slips past for Heinzelman, so he'll bogey this par 4 15th. That'll drop Heinzelman back to +7 for the tournament. And 4 over today. We go back to the fairway on this featured hole 15th. today with Julian Edwards, Asher Katz, and Samuel Wolf making their way up the par 4 15th. And this will be Julian Edwards, who is first to play from the fairway here on the 15th. Edwards with a fairway wood from about 190 out. Really good strike for Edwards there. And going to come up a little bit short, but he stays out of the bunker. He'll have a tricky chip shot up and over that bunker with that pin that's tucked kind of right center on this par 4 15th. Here's Samuel Wolf, 3 over for the tournament from 154. Stares it down. He likes it. And he'll stick that one to about 15 feet. How about that shot from 154 for the Huntsville, Alabama native? And you get your first look of the day at Asher Katz, who is 1 under today through 14 holes. He likes the line. He likes it a lot. And it ends up 5 feet. Throwing darts are Wolf and Katz here in the third group of our featured 15th hole today. That's making the trip from Winter Garden, Florida today. We mentioned 11 different states, some of the top junior golfers across the country, 3 different countries represented. I think so impressive. We've had a lot of North Carolina kids hanging around the top 10, the top 15, 20. Handful of those Florida kids. He's one of them, Asher Katz, who is currently tied for 6th. We mentioned 1 under par today after firing a 73 yesterday. If you're just tuning in, Julian Edwards came up short of the green from about 190 out on his second shot. He's going to go up and get a look at this. Julian Edwards from Longboat Key, Florida, just 12 years old, playing his first drip golf event of the season. And this tour has done a ton for junior golf. We mentioned all the different states recognized. Every state association obviously recognizes drip golf events as state-ranked events. Edwards with a lot of green to work with here. Excellent chip shot there. He'll have that to save par. So a couple of birdie looks for Asher Katz and Samuel Wolf. Who each had just over $150 out of the fairway left in. Both stuck their approach shots to less than 10 feet. And big opportunities here as Samuel Wolf is away. He'll have this for birdie. It just burns the edge on Wolf. He's going to put a spot on that one. And Edwards will be next to play with his par putt. Again, folks, you're watching our boys 12 to 14 age bracket as they come down the stretch of the final holes. Our featured hole 15 today. When we get to that final group, we will take it shot for shot as we crown a champion here in the boys 12-14 this afternoon. Up and down, Edwards saves par here at 15. And Asher Katz with a short birdie putt to move to 2 under on his second round today. Oh, just misses it. And he's got a little bit of real estate left for par. This to stay even for the tournament. And tied for 6th. And he makes it coming back. So we'll go back to the fairway. Our next group, Kohler-Preuss, Tate Wellborn will play first from 182. In-state kid from Tobaccoville making the trip to Forest Creek this week. This one heading a little bit left on Wellborn. You see short, not a bad miss here on this par 4 15th. So we take you back to the fairway with Oliver Shawn, who will be next to play from 161, a big drive off the tee for Oliver Shawn. You see the stare down there, and it looks to be a little bit long on Oliver Shawn, who shot even par yesterday, 72. Is 1 under today, and he'll have to get that one up and down from behind the green. Our first miss that we've seen today over the back of the green on 15. Here's Kohler Preuss from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Preuss 4 over for the tournament, was even par entering this final round today after a 72 yesterday. And that one lands on a piece of the green, front, center. Good shot from Kohler Preuss to try and get one back here on the home stretch at Forest Creek Golf Club. Kohler Preuss, as we mentioned, from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Rising ninth grader this year. Again, once again, this is our boys 12 to 14 age bracket. And once we get to that final group, folks, if you weren't with us earlier, we will take you shot for shot until we crown a champion today. And our group here, one short and left, one long. And Kohler Preuss found a piece of the green from 126 yards out. In this 15th hole, so interesting. We mentioned scenic. Multi-tiered, and we mentioned water down the right side, the lake that wraps around 15 to 18 here at Forest Creek North, and that massive bunker. That poses an intimidating second shot for players here at the 15th. Oliver Shawn with an interesting chip shot coming up here. Excuse me, Tate Wellborn chipping. You mentioned tricky. You got to land it just up and over that ridge and try and let it release out. We saw a shot earlier from short and left. He'll have a left to right breaking putt coming up for par. And Shawn, with excellent touch from behind the green, will have that to try and save par. Mentioned Kohler Preuss from the front of the green will have his birdie putt coming up here. Good run at it. He'll save par. He'll tap that one in after suffering double bogey on the 10th today. 2 over on the backside. And he'll stay at +4 for the tournament heading to the par 3 16th. Tate Wellborn for par. Excellent speed. And this will drop him back to +7. Still inside the top 20 for the tournament. We talked about, as we opened up, that all three division leaders yesterday under par. Matter of fact, we had 4 to 5 players in each group that were under par entering today. This 12 to 14 bracket especially, 5 players shot under par in yesterday's first round. Talk about the 65 7-under that was fired by Nate Horn, who is still our leader, 11 under. That you're going to see here momentarily. Oliver Shawn to save par. You betcha. From behind the green, Oliver Shawn stays 1 under for the tournament. And now we take you to our final group. Our second to last group. Ryan Hedgecoe will be first to play from the left side of the fairway. You've got those 2 massive fairway bunkers down the left side of this fairway. We talked about our featured hole 15 a little bit. You can't miss right off the tee with the lake. And Hedgecoe caught that one a little bit heavy, but short of the bunker. That'll be an interesting third shot to try and get up and down from just short of the bunker. You see Gatlin Albright trying to get a look at the angle. Missed this one left. He's got 124 to the pin, just left of the cart path. Albright even par in his round today, 1 under for the tournament, inside the top 5. Just no shot. He'll pitch this one out. Back into the fairway. And Drew Mercer on his second shot finds the front edge of the green. He'll have that look for birdie. Chance to maybe get Mercer to +1 for the tournament and get a shot back from today. He fired a 70, 2 under par yesterday. And this backside been a little bit of a struggle for Drew Mercer. Bogey in the 11th, then took a double in the 12th. Bogey the par 3 14th. But a good look at birdie here upcoming for Drew Mercer. And Gatlin Albright, who had to pitch out. Will have a 50-yard pitch shot here. This is a kid that drove #1 green today, the par 4 that was playing 312 for the 12-14 age group. Just a bright future ahead for Gatlin Albright, who's got incredible length and club head speed for a kid his age. Good strike for Albright, and he gets it to stop about pin high. He'll have that one. It'll be a slick putt right to left to save par for Albright, but from out of the woods, has a good look to try and stay 1 under for the tournament. This one going to be a little short for Hedgecoe. And of course, Drew Mercer, who found the front edge of the green, will have his look at birdie. Kendall Lewis here with you on the College Golf Network. We're glad you're tuned in from wherever you may be. This is the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open. Just an incredible event. Grant Horvat, who has been so big in the golf space, the celebrity that has come in to do a meet and greet. There was also a par 3 challenge, a battle at the cradle to kick things off before this tournament began back on Monday night. In the Drip Golf Series, Jeff Daner and his crew doing so much for junior golf with players coming from all over the country. Drew Mercer for birdie. He'll have about 3 feet. This to save par. And taps it in. So Mercer will stay at +2 for the tournament. And 4 over today as they head to the 16th. Lengthy par putt for Hedgecoe. Just swirls that one in, and a bogey here at the 15th for Ryan Hedgecoe, who shot 2 under yesterday. Gatlin Albright from out of the woods had to pitch out, has this to save par, and it to stay at 1 under for the tournament. We mentioned that was going to be a slick putt as it trickles by. He's going to put a spot on this one and take a look. Certainly a bogey putt upcoming here that will grab your attention. We mentioned Gatlin drove the first green today. That's playing 312 for this 12-14 age group. And it lips out. Double bogey for Albright here at the 15th. And this will take us back to our final group with the leader right now, Nate Horn, Jackson Phipps, and Ryan Baker. Jackson Phipps, who has found the fairway bunker from his tee shot. Nate Horn has found the bunker. Phipps is in the fairway, and this is the leader right here. Nate Horn, 11 under, fired a 65 yesterday. Just made birdie back at 13. Couple of holes ago, but this an interesting lie in the bunker with his feet a little bit above the ball. And of course, water right and a bunker front. We talk about Nate Horn and what he's been able to do shooting 65 yesterday. Phipps is going to go ahead and play from the fairway. He lights the line and sticks it to about 12 feet. He'll have that one for birdie. And now Horn out of the bunker. Gets it up and out of that fairway bunker. Back into the short grass. And now Ryan Baker from 131 in the fairway. Kid that shot a 69 yesterday. We mentioned this final group features some of the tour's best. Baker is currently third on the tour standings. And he'll find a piece of the green left side for a birdie putt. Ryan Baker, a kid that comes in with a 71.81 scoring average in 6 events on the Drip Golf Series this year, is putting together another incredible tournament as part of this boys 12-14 age bracket. And now back to our tournament leader in Nate Horn. Third shot for Horn. Likes the line, and it's going to find a piece of the front edge of the green. So Nate Horn, the tournament leader right now, who found the fairway bunker off his tee shot here at 15, will have a look from about 15 feet to save par and stay at 11 under for the tournament. He's got a 4-shot lead right now over Ryan Baker. And Nate Horn, incredible. This is just his second Drip Golf Series event of the season, a 68.5 scoring average in just 2 events played so far. So the events that he's played on this Drip Golf Series, he has played well. After firing a 65 yesterday on this par 72 layout, we mentioned a beautiful Tom Fazio design that opened back in 2005. Not even 20 years old, this course. There's Ryan Baker, who is at 7 under for the tournament. 4 under on today's round through 14 holes. With a lengthy look at birdie here at 15. He's going to take another look at this in this back left part of the green. Trying to get the speed right here as it trickles down that ridge. Not a bad leave there. About 4 feet left for Baker to save par and stay at 7 under. Nate Horn to try and save par and stay at 11 under, the tournament leader right now. Fayetteville, North Carolina native. It just burns the edge. Horn will drop a shot and fall back to 10 under for the tournament with 3 holes left to play. And, of course, Baker has about 4 feet left for par. Jackson Phipps will be next to putt here in this final group that teed off at 11:38. Phipps, who is currently in third for the tournament. He'll put a spot on this one to take a look as it finally nestles just past the cup. A little bit of work here for Ryan Baker, but a massive putt to stay at 7 under after Horn just dropped a shot. Would be a 3-shot difference with 3 holes left to play if he can drain this one. And all of a sudden, things starting to get interesting here through 15 in our final group. Good roll from Phipps. And we will move to the par 3 16th. Ryan Baker 7 under, saves par. Nate Horn bogeys this 15th hole. He's 10 under. And we will take a break on College Golf Network. You're watching the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open presented by Drip Golf.
This is Drip Golf. Sign up today for our upcoming tours.
We come back to you on College Golf Network here at the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open presented by Drip Golf as we move to the beautiful par 3 16th hole that has 2 of the largest bunkers on the left and right side. This green heavily guarded. And an interesting par 3 after our tournament leader, Nate Horn, just suffered a bogey at the 15th. Ryan Baker, who's in second, is 7 under, 3 holes left to play. And Baker will be on the tee here at 16. Staring it down. And throws an absolute dart here at 16. Beautiful shot for Ryan Baker, the Chapel Hill, North Carolina native. And now Jackson Phipps from Raleigh, who will be next on the tee. It's interesting. You look at 4 of our 5 on the leaderboard right now. They all hail from the state of North Carolina. And it just so happens that this final threesome, this final group today, all 3 North Carolina kids in Nate Horn, Ryan Baker, and Jackson Phipps, who is on the tee now. Wants this one to go. And going to be short and right of the green. Dangerous over there, could roll back on Phipps. He's about 20 yards off the green. Here's Horn, tournament leader at 10 under. And finds the dance floor. Excellent shot about 15 feet away for Nate Horn. So our top 2, Horn and Baker, with excellent shots here at 16, and looks at birdie as we make our way up to the green here on the par 3 16th hole. We mentioned Forest Creek playing 59.72, the yardage for the boys 12 to 14 age group this week. Now this 16th hole, the par 3, it's interesting. It poses some trouble, as we showed you on the flyover, with bunkers right and left. 2 excellent shots from Horn and Baker. This hole playing right at 130 for the 12 to 14 group this week. So we give you another look at the 16th here at Forest Creek, the North Course. So Jackson Phipps, just short of the green, will have this chip shot as he will walk up and take a look. Folks, I tell you, I had the chance to go out and walk this course yesterday, and it is a hilly course here at Forest Creek North. Solid chip shot for Jackson Phipps from just short of the green. He'll have that to try and save par. He'll spot this as Horn and Baker have birdie looks here at 16. Now Phipps will try and tap in his par. And he does. Excellent up and down for Jackson Phipps to stay 2 under for the tournament And now to our top two on the leaderboard, who both have birdie looks. Horn is away. Just suffered a bogey if you're just joining us at that 15th hole that dropped him back to 10 under. Mentioned this kid fired a 65, 7 under par yesterday. Got off to an incredible start on the front nine today. And this to get back to 11 under. Just leaves it short. And going to move his spot a little bit for Ryan Baker, who has this putt to get to 8 under and pull within 2 shots. Little downhill right to left putt upcoming for Baker. And golden opportunity with the door open there. Just misses on the short side, but Baker taps in for par. And now Horn, who had to move his spot a couple of spaces over to the left for Baker, cleans his putt for par as well. He'll stay at 10 under and a 3-shot lead with 2 holes left to play for Nate Horn as we head to the par 4 17th here at Forest Creek North. Folks, we'll be right back on the College Golf Network here at the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open.
We are so happy that you are here for one of our premium events. And when you come out to a Drip Golf Series event, you're going to get the very best competition. You're going to get an unbelievable golf course. A premium experience like nobody else has. And we do all this in support of the USA and Folds of Honor. We're so thankful for the support. Thank you so much for coming out. Drip Golf Series golfers, welcome to Drip Golf Series.
We take you back to the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open presented by Drip Golf here on the College Golf Network today. We're glad you're tuned in with us as we get a look at the par 4 17th hole here for our boys 12 to 14 age division. It is coming down to the stretch of this Tom Fazio design with Nate Horn at 10 under, Ryan Baker nipping at the heels 7 under after we saw Horn suffer that bogey back on 15. And you see this dogleg right, par 4 with bunkers right, water right. And Ryan Baker will be first to play. Back-to-back pars at 15 and then 16. The par 3. with driver off the tee here at 17. Water for Baker. Wow. Good swing from Nate Horn. And he likes it. Quick to pick up the tee. And right down the middle of the fairway here at 17 for the tournament leader. And now Jackson Phipps. Two under for the tournament. Another North Carolina kid. Lets it rip. Likes it a lot. Center cut here at the 17th. As we mentioned, this is our final group. So we walk with this group up the fairway here at 17. Baker found the water off the tee. Nate Horn and Jackson Phipps right down the middle here on 17. Well, folks, we talk about Grant Horvat and what he's done for the golf space, especially in the digital world, putting out great content, and Drip Golf bringing him in as the celebrity this week to meet all these exceptional junior golfers. Here's a look at that par 3 challenge at the Cradle a couple of nights ago. Folks, you can check more out about this online on YouTube and, of course, dripgolfseries.com as well. But Grant Horvat and this battle at the Cradle a couple of nights ago really was a blast. They had the meet and greet before. This really kicked things off this week with the practice rounds beginning on Monday and then the tournament starting yesterday and the final round today. Over 2,000 people came out to check out that battle of the Cradle. Be sure to check out YouTube. Be sure to check out those videos. Just an incredible event here, the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open, presented by the Drip Golf Series. And we're happy to be bringing it to you right here on College Golf Network. This final round coverage of the boys 12 to 14 age division. Folks, we want to remind you, if you weren't with us at the top of the broadcast, of course, the boys 15-18 just teed off about an hour ago. They are on the front 9. Champions will be crowned later tonight. You can check out dripgolfseries.com to figure out the scoring. Of course, you've got live scoring on dripgolfseries.com as well. That champion will be crowned later tonight. The 12-14 we will be crowning here shortly as we make our way up the 17th fairway. Ryan Baker found the water on his tee shot here at 17. Just a tough break. We saw him with an excellent 2-putt from the back left corner of the 15th green to save par. Nate Horn bogeyed the 15th. All of a sudden, we had a 3-shot difference. They both parred the 16th. And just a tough break for Baker, who was nipping at the heels of Nate Horn. He's got 148 left after finding the water on his tee shot. Ryan Baker will be first to play. As we mentioned, finding the water off his tee shot. From 148 on his third shot. This one heading short and right, but just carries over the ridge. He finds a piece of the green. He'll take it. Now Jackson Phipps from 140. And a decision to make on what club to hit here. And that wind starting to pick up here at Forest Creek. Wind to the back of Phipps, and everything sloping left to right. Needs it to go. Will it carry the bunker? It does. And a favorable bounce for Jackson Phipps, who has that for birdie. A good shot for Jackson Phipps. He'll have that for birdie. And now Nate Horn, who is 10 under for the tournament. Just his second drip golf event of the season. 92 yards. Comfortable yardage here in the center of the fairway. Solid strike for Nate Horn. He likes it a lot. Wow, to 3 feet for the tournament leader. And a chance to get back to 11 under. Nate Horn, the Fayetteville, North Carolina native, who is 33rd in the tour standings. This is just his second drip golf event of the season. Had an incredible showing back at the Justin Williams Jr. Open at Prestonwood Country Club back in June, where he finished 7 under par in second place in his lone drip golf event, trying to cap this thing off with a 3-shot lead right now after an exceptional approach shot as he sticks it to 3 feet for birdie. We mentioned, how would Nate Horn handle that pressure after suffering bogey at our featured 15th hole. He comes right back, pars the tough 16th par 3. A center cut tee shot, throws a dart to 3 feet here at 17. And Ryan Baker, who found the water on his tee shot, thought he might have pushed the shot from the rough, but got a favorable bounce, and he's got this for par and to stay at 7 under. We mentioned Ryan Baker, third in the tour standings, 71.81 scoring average through 8 events this year for the Chapel Hill native on the Drip Golf Series. Good speed, just short as it trickles off on the low side for Baker. So Baker drops to 6 under for the tournament after bogeying this 17th hole. And Jackson Phipps away, the Raleigh, North Carolina native, who's a rising 8th grader, has this look for birdie. Good putt, just burns the edge on Phipps on the downhill slider. A little bit of real estate left for par as he puts his mark on that one. Nate Horn, of course, got a read off that. A birdie look here from 3 feet to move to 12 under. Excuse me, 11 under. Good putt. Excellent birdie here at the tough 17th. And Horn gets back to 11 under. And now a 5-shot lead over Ryan Baker heading to 18. Of course, Baker, if he can make this, will drop a shot. Jackson Phipps next to putt. Baker at 6 under, who bogeyed this 17th hole. In second place, it's 6 under. And Phipps has this to stay at 2 under. And cleans it up here at 17. So Nate Horn, a 5-shot lead with 1 hole to play as we take it to the 18th. The par 5 here at Forest Creek Golf Course. Folks, we will head to the 18th tee. We'll take a break here on College Golf Network. You're watching the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open. We welcome you back on College Golf Network as we go to the 426-yard par 5 for this boys 12-14 age bracket with Nate Horn, a commanding 5-shot lead, 1 hole left to play, trying to come away with the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open Championship here, presented by the Drip Golf Series. Just an incredible 2 rounds by Nate Horn on this Tom Fazio design. As you get a look, this one kind of wraps around to the right side. Mentioned playing 426 this week, and it's an interesting par 5. Will be interesting to see how they play this off the tee. And, of course, their approach shot really has been more of a 3-shot hole for most of the kids in the field this week as part of this 12 to 14 age bracket. We saw Nate Horn, who just birdied the 17th hole to get back to 11 under. Will be on the tee here at 18, trying to cap this championship off. He likes it up the left side, quick to pick up the tee, and an excellent strike for Nate Horn. Safely in the fairway here at 18. This will bring up Ryan Baker, who pushed his tee shot right back on 17, found the water, ended up making bogey. Excellent tee shot here, center cut for Baker. And just a bomb off the tee here at 18. We mentioned Ryan Baker. He needs a strong finish here, 3rd in the tour standings. We mentioned 4 of the top 5 on the leaderboard in this 12-14 age group, all from the state of North Carolina. And Jackson Phipps likes his tee shot up the left side as well. So our final group all find the short grass off the tee here at 18. As we try to close things out here in the boys 12 to 14 of the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open. Folks, we will be right back to try and cap off this boys 12-14 championship here on the College Golf Network.
We are so happy that you are here for one of our premium events. And when you come out to a Drip Golf Series event, you're going to get the very best competition. You're going to get an unbelievable golf course, a premium experience like nobody else has. And we do all this in support of the USA and Folds of Honor. We're so thankful for the support. Thank you so much for coming out. Drip Golf Series golfers, welcome to Drip Golf Series.
We go up the 18th hole here at the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open, presented by the Drip Golf Series. All 3 of our final group found the short grass off the tee. Excellent tee shots here. And Nate Horn, who has played incredible golf the last 2 days, at 11 under, trying to close things out here in the boys 12 to 14 age division. Of course, stellar play from Jackson Phipps, Ryan Baker. We entered the day, Horn was 7 under after shooting 65 yesterday. Phipps was just 3 shots behind, shot 4 under yesterday at 68. And, of course, Baker who fired a 69 yesterday. It was interesting. We talked about it even with our boys 9 to 11 age group and our boys 15, 18, all three divisional leaders with rounds under par yesterday and multiple players that went under par in those divisions yesterday, which I think is a testament to the competition and the skill level that we're seeing on this Drip Golf Junior Tour. And this one has certainly lived up to the hype at one of the most exclusive private clubs in the Pinehurst area. Nate Horn going to pull 3-wood here on his second shot from 218 on this par 5 18th. And just left side of the fairway, just perfect for Nate Horn, setting up his third shot. And Phipps likes his second shot as well, right down the middle. Baker will pull 3-wood as well here on this 18th. All of a sudden that wind picking up. And Baker going to get out of the rough and find the fairway. So all three do exactly what they want. They set up their third shots nicely into this par 5 18th hole. As we go down the home stretch here, just incredible play. As we mentioned, Nate Horn has been an absolute birdie machine this week. Look at what he's been able to do today alone on the backside with a couple of birdies at 13 and 17. Suffered the bogey at 15. We go back to yesterday. This is a kid that made 5 birdies on the front side, 3 on the back, 8 birdies yesterday, just 1 bogey in his 65 7 under par round. And through 35 holes of play in this tournament so far, just only 2 bogeys the entire way, hence why he's 11 under for the tournament and a commanding 5-shot lead as we go down the home stretch here. And getting it done in front of family and friends. His grandma's in attendance, well as his parents and some other friends. We mentioned making the trip from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Well, we've got kids from 11 different states, 3 different countries. We mentioned that the Drip Golf Series and what they're doing for junior golf across the country and the world, incredible. As far as the states that we've got represented here this week, all 11 of the state associations recognize this tour as state-ranked events within their own state associations. And our leader, Nate Horn, will be first to play. Or excuse me, Jackson Phipps will be first to play. As Horn gets his yardages here for his upcoming third shot. Jackson Phipps, 2 under for the tournament in third with his upcoming third shot coming. He should be first to play here. And Phipps pushes this one right. Wow, a favorable bounce and finds a piece of the green. Chance at birdie here at 18. Here's Horn's third shot. Great shot for Nate Horn. Our final group here in the boys 12-14 age division. And Ryan Baker flies this one a little bit long, just on the fringe. And our final group will make their way up to the green here at the 18th. Kendall Lewis here with you on the College Golf Network. Again, we thank everyone that is tuned in from wherever you may be today, as well as the Drip Golf Series. Jeff Daner for having us here this week. What an incredible event. Grant Horvat as well for coming out, being so instrumental in junior golf as well. And this tournament has certainly lived up to the hype. In the boys 15-18 will be crowned later on. You can check out dripgolfseries.com for the final results on the boys 15-18. There are some thunderstorms in the forecast later this afternoon and into the evening. So they're hoping to get that older age division complete. Remember, yesterday storms came through. Some kids had to come back out early this morning and finish their last 5-6 holes that were on the back nine out of that 15-18 age division yesterday. A flag pulled here for Ryan Baker, who is just over the back of the green on the fringe. Excuse me, Nate Horn going to play from the front, is away, pulls the flag, and leaves this birdie putt short. They'll leave it out for Ryan Baker, who's just over the back. And not what he's looking for, off the back of the fringe, short. And here's Jackson Phipps for birdie and to stay in third place for the tournament. This one tricky, downhill, left to right putt. And Phipps just misses it on the low side. This to save par for Ryan Baker. And he sinks it. After leaving the putt off the fringe just a little bit short, saves par on that downhill slider. And Ryan Baker will finish second for the tournament and 6 under par. Good showing the last 2 days for the Chapel Hill, North Carolina native. Good putt for Jackson Phipps, who cleans it up. And our last of our final group, Nate Horn. Does it. Finishes the tournament at 11 under par. And Nate Horn, the Fayetteville, North Carolina native, is your 2024 Boys 12-14 age division Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open champion.
Congrats, big dog. Unbelievable playing, Fipsy.
What an incredible showing. 36 holes, only 2 bogeys. We mentioned 8 birdies on the card yesterday in his 7 under par round. Gets it done. Closes things out with a little bit of pressure coming down the stretch on the final 4 holes. And how about the hugs, the smiles, his family and friends able to check this out. Just incredible play by Nate Horn, who is a rising 8th grader and a name you're going to want to remember in the next few years, and someone you could see doing big things for many years to come. We'll take a look at our final leaderboard and how things finish out here for the boys 12-14 age division. Mention Ryan Baker with a strong showing as well, finishes at 6 under. How about this final group? All 3 players finishing the tournament for 2 days under par. Jackson Phipps at 2 under. Gatlin Albright, a strong showing, finishes even par. Of course, Asher Katz, Oliver Shawn at even par as well. Patrick Myers, Kip Madison, and Drew Mercer, who is at the top of the tour standings with a great 2 over par showing for 36 holes in this 2-day event here at the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open. Once again, congratulations to Nate Horn, who is your 2024 Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open champion. Here is a part of the Drip Golf Series. Folks, once again, we want to remind you for the boys 15-18 to be able to check out dripgolfseries.com for the final scores and results. That will finish up later tonight, weather pending here in Pinehurst, North Carolina. We mentioned some thunderstorms in the forecast, but be sure to check out dripgolfseries.com for that. And, of course, our boys 9-11 division finished earlier today. Noah Hollinger wins that tournament, going 8 under par in 2 days, firing rounds of 67, 69 for a 2-day total. And how about the play there? 5 guys on the leaderboard finish under par in our boys 9-11. Just an incredible event across many age divisions here this week at Forest Creek Golf Club in the North Course here in Pinehurst, North Carolina. For Kendall Lewis and the rest of our College Golf Network production crew, we'd like to say thank you to a lot of folks that made this thing happen. But, of course, Jeff Daner, our tournament director. But for the rest of our College Golf production crew, how about Doug Rios-Sabalas, our executive producer, Hyatt Hines, our director, Abby Kerwin, our director, Bobby Goldstein, who was out on the course today, as well as Mike Minahan, Nick Pierce, Mercer Farah, Daniel Orr, and, of course, myself, Kendall Lewis. We appreciate you tuning in this week on the College Golf Network here at the Drip Golf Series and the Grant Horvat and Friends Junior Open. We say so long from Pinehurst, North Carolina.